Well, right back to where we left off, eh? Indeed, I believe this will probably be, oh god, I think this will be part 5, I want to say, yes, part 5. And well, indeed, we're now getting into the real business with Dragon Slayer 2, with all the meetings between the different armies and all kingdoms and all that, and oh fuck. Yeah, as far as I can tell, the order here, it's Fremmenik, Ardougne, Falador, yeah, 2 Falador ones. I guess Draynor the Wise Old Man, Varrock in the centre there, with that guy behind. Lumbridge, Berthope, Camelot, the Lunar Island, and I guess there's also that one. Roundabout kind of counts for Taverly, I want to say, but alas, indeed, we've got the whole crew here and now. Well, certainly this is quite the big plan indeed. Oh boy, this whole meeting was yeah, you could tell they're ramping up the whole big story and that, and I get my only regret is that they don't oh, pardon me, but my only regret is that they don't do more of this kind of thing, because it's like truly fascinating in regards to how, I mean, I've generally done quests in whatever order I saw fit and that, but it's all been leading up to the Grandmaster trio, which evidently was very satisfying in that, you know, having done them like one day after the next, because I thought there was some chance you could do all 3 in one go, but that wasn't bloody realistic. And now let's be frank, and I know it took me about almost 3 days to get all 3 quests done, which, as I say, you know, it's quite the big journey indeed, and that, and you know, so these videos will certainly remind me of that, but god damn. Right, so, yeah, also saying it was a good or a bad plan, I figured I should be the pessimist for once, and not just to try and see what the views were. Huh. I don't think they expect you to pick that one, but but certainly that's quite the intriguing one indeed, and that, so whilst that all goes through and get the preparations done, like, I think you get started, yeah, it's all set up in Relica, which is fun enough where you also do all that stuff of Vorkath and all that, but alas. Indeed, so, oh wow, as far as, what is it, to do with, yeah, talk about the next one, oh fuck, yeah, the 2 big hairs in the one go. So, oh yeah, actually, one thing I wanted to say, and this is a bit of a strange one, that, yeah, much like with, at the end, or this doesn't happen right at the end, this happens about halfway in, and now that Sphinx and that, indeed, you're able to now talk to cats without the bloody cat amulets, and now that's useless too, alongside with the bloody, what is it, not the ghost amulet, fuck, what is it, the monkey amulet, you know. I reckon the ghost amulet will be made kind of redundant, probably, if I had to gather, the 4th Grandmaster quest, which could be in Morytania instead of the desert, you know, that one will probably get rid of the ghost quest, you know, because, you know, the whole ectofungus, you know, town and all that, yeah, no, so, yeah, certainly, it's rather intriguing that, indeed, and that, but, oh boy. So, as far as the 2 big hitters in regards to this little, well, you'll probably know who the latest mod who's left in that, yes, indeed, the mod who's responsible for keeping all the bots under control and in check, Mod Weef himself, and that has indeed left as of, I want to say, Friday or Thursday last week, and that, yeah, about a week or so from now, or a week ago I should say. Yeah, his departure was sudden, as I suppose almost all of them are, but certainly it was unexpected, just in regards to how he left at probably arguably one of the worst times, and the reason I say that is pretty much what follows up on that, but I'll say that in just a moment, because on the very same day as his departure, you know, missed him and all, yeah, it turns out Seld actually received a Twitch ban. Yeah, really intriguing that, actually. Yeah, for, what was it, copyright infringement, and yeah, I don't know if this was a troll, if this was legitimate, and even I've double checked, it seems unclear to me, but yeah, certainly, I mean, I don't know if it's just due to him having pissed off the wrong people, or if he's just like that much of a dickhead, and because yeah, apparently through what's been told by his girlfriend Sirlin and that, yeah, he's been known to have a bit of a bad side to him, you know, as it, some might say it's an attractive bad boy kind of thing, which, to some degree it's their own. And that, oh fuck. Yeah, the others, it's just, pretty much being a bit of a dipshit. And that, indeed. With settlers, it bullying, I believe it's not Xen, it's not Xen, who's it? Rendy, yes, that's it, Rendy. And that, for a friend of his, Smokey, and that, who I don't really know. And that, it's someone who's a pretty much low tier sort of RuneScape content creator, but apparently he's friends with, the famous Settled. So, yeah, as I say, I know that even the big, the YouTubers are not invulnerable from being shunned and pulled down from their high horses, and as we saw with a friend way back in 2018. So, as I say, the mighty can fall, and I wondered, will this happen with, will this happen with our dear friend, Swampletics, from the Mauritanian swamps? Who knows? But, yes, I suppose, getting onto that stuff with more reef and that. So, whilst you see the ship getting absolutely fucked and that, as far as Mod Reef leaves concerned, many have speculated that this was due to, interestingly enough, the day after he announced his departure, they very conveniently announced a new Twitch Prime announcement for, this is what you might find strange, it's only for a week this time, so what's the big deal? Well, it seems to be that, as far as Jagex is concerned and that, what they've kind of said is, alright, you don't like it being as long? Alright, or at least they've interpreted it as such. Alright, we'll reduce it for just 2 weeks to just 1. The catch? They're making it, well, at least appears to be more frequent, because this is the quickest it's ever came back. But, correct me if I'm wrong, but was it even 3 months? I think somewhere between 2 to 2.5 months they did the last Twitch Prime sort of thing, and now they're doing it again, whereas usually it's been more like about around 4 to 5 months, maybe 3 and 4 months, but they're picking up the pace on that. It's like they're doing more of it, and it worries me. They kind of like, bloody hell, it worries me in terms of how would you even say it? In terms of monetization and that, obviously Old School RuneScape only has the bonds outside of this Twitch Prime stuff and that, so it's like, indeed, I've noticed also RuneScape 3 and that, even back in 2017 when it was already well founded, the microtransactions weren't super intense. Like, they were starting to become a present, like a weekly kind of thing, but, or maybe a semi-weekly thing, but they weren't like quite as in your face as are in today's kind of, 2020 and all. Like, they're right in your face. Like, it has gotten worse and worse, and very little has improved on that front, I gotta say. And I wonder if it's the same thing here with Old School RuneScape. It's like, we'll just start making this more frequent, because, alright, to do the maths on that, right, think about it this way, okay, what is better? 4 Twitch Prime announcements with 2 weeks between them each, or we'll say 8 Twitch Prime announcements with only 1 week. If you said the former, 4 Twitch Prime announcements with 2 weeks, adding up to 8, you're wrong. Allow me to explain, because, alright, it's technically true that with the other one, 16, not 16. No, sorry, I got the mixed up. 4 Twitch announcements with 2 weeks now, 8 weeks. So, double the amount of announcements, half the length, 8 weeks adds up. So it's like, why is that the worst one choice then? The reason for that is because of the way the memberships work. So say you have from the very beginning of the day right till the very end, and now you have bots constantly subscribed. So, in essence, from say what is 1 week? So say Friday, I don't know the exact date, and that I think it starts. I want to say it actually ends as, I'm not sure. We'll just say it started last week, and I think on the, I want to say 25th of October, and So from there till today, the September 5th. Fuck, I'm getting myself confused because now we're indeed entering what is a unique battlefield filled with dragons, and oh fuck, that'll be a fun one. Also, why I probably brought range gear and that, so I can actually kick some actual ass. But anywho, so as far as how the whole Twitch Prime thing works, essentially, from the day that bots work, to get the free membership via their own, I don't know if it's stone credit cards or if it's some weird little kind of catch it on kind of thing, getting people to sell their kind of like Twitch Prime kind of, I don't know how, they've got a way of doing it, but I'm not exactly clear on the details. and that. But essentially, yes, how they do this, so, yeah, that's it. So from the 25th of September to the 2nd of October, they're constantly at it. So hundreds, thousands, probably in tens of thousands, all getting for this membership at a time. And that. That's why you see all the world so flooded with bots. And that. So, in essence, now this might sound strange to say this, but a 1 week trial is actually 2 weeks. And it's because, you know, once you activate, actually you've got 1 week membership. So from the start of that Friday to the next one, and that, you're constantly going to get a week's membership. So if you add that to the end, when the prime's over, you've still got those who've got the week's membership. That'll last until, you know, the week after. So in essence, you have the 2 weeks ones. So it's like, alright, from beginning of, say, well, just say it's this one. If this was a 2 week, it would be beginning of 18th of September to the 2nd of October. You do that 2 weeks, but then you got the extra week after that, you know, which is then to 3 weeks. So now, with this in mind, do the maths again. So, 4 2 week memberships, you know, now 3 weeks, 12 weeks. Now, a 1 week, you know, trials and that, plus a week is now 16 weeks. So in essence, you've actually got more bots lasting on average than you would with the whole 2 weeks one, you know, because of the way that the trials works and that. And this is where I feel like if they're going down this route, like say, oh, this not going to last as long, we'll just do more to kind of make up for it. That's actually pretty bad. Like, it would be way better if you had a month, like say, just 2 or 3 trials, probably 2 just to be safe, and it lasts you the whole month and that, you know. Which you could say, that might be worse, but for non-players it's probably better, because then with that they might have a chance to be able to sustain themselves and that, because 2 weeks is tricky, and a week you just will not be able to, and that, but also avoids the whole thing of, you know, having more time overall, because with, yeah, full month and that, just say, 4 weeks and that, rather than 31 days, you're only getting like 10 weeks and that, you know, bottom problems and that, you know, so, indeed, in essence, I suspect that this could lead to more troubles in the long run, and oh boy. Also, yeah, you might have seen there some of the agility shenanigans. Yes, at this point I believe I have 86 or even 87 agility, and that, yet somehow I'm still fucking up a lot of these shortcuts, which is amusing to say the least. Like that, like just fucking hell. Yeah, I've got high agility. Like, what is this bullshit? And I should not be missing this much. It just feels like, yeah, fucking hell. Like, look at that. That's just fucking comical. And yeah, look, 86. I should not be failing this. Like, fuck me. But that is indeed the fun shenanigans to be had. And that hey ho. So, as far as that is concerned, we'll just have to wait and see what becomes in the long term of Modwee's departure, and see if there's any significant consequences to be had with that. Also, I'm thinking, is this yes, indeed, this is the first kind of, I guess, not really mini boss. I guess major enemy, but not really a boss kind of thing. You know, yeah, a shitty Iron Dragon, and like that is not. To me, that's not even tough anymore. You can just, yeah, the irons and steels are quite easy, and yeah, quite easy indeed. So, not a threat at all. Oh man, but I mean, as far as that's concerned, certainly I will say this much, that it'll just be kind of a fun one to kind of play around with, and you know, obviously I'm going to be going to members relatively soon, so we'll soon see what kind of effects that's had. Also, damn, that red dragon indeed. So, alrighty then. Oh yeah, there's also, in this very same article, they announced the departure. Yeah, apparently they had a weird, they didn't address the Remnant Caves very well on that. Like they said, oh, we're gathering data, and although that might tie into something I've got later on, that's also a bit of a problem. Yeah, there's kind of saying, oh, you know, we reckon this is a problem. You understand, back when they first did it, there was a whole bunch of changes, like, oh, it's too much money, then it's too little money, then it's too much money again, then it's too little money again, and then the Division just said, fuck it, because we're not going to uniques. Except when the uniques did come in, they didn't get rid of the statues and all the good drops. They kind of just said, alright, we'll just format everything. Except the thing is, that bit of everything caused Fremmenik Caves to be arguably too good, and that, like, really fucking good. And as a result, it's just, like, what even? Also, yeah, brutal green dragons, yes, they're a bit more dangerous with their whole magical range attacks, but still kind of easy. It also helps that, indeed, they're just kind of distracted, so it's actually impossible to really get damage with them, so yeah, should be fun in that, but alas, so yeah, they're just pretty much saying, oh, we're gathering data and that, you know, to try and see how this impacts, and, you know, well, we'll soon see how that goes and that, but it just seems like they're not really, like, you've had months and months and months of being checked. It's just more like, there's an awful lot of conveniences, I find, you know, just convenient that, you know, they've only just started looking into the now, like, yeah, I don't take the Jagex people to be dumb people, and they know what they're doing, and that, you know, like, these are people who are maybe not as savvy as like some Mod Mac K or Ash or any of the senior folks, but they know what they're doing, and that, you know, fuck, come on. It's just, it worries me in regards to just, these are people who evidently want something, you know, like, they always want to succeed, but what is the, I suppose you'd call an ulterior motive. Well, let's just get straight to the facts, and you know, how all that will end up, but yeah, I'm just kind of a bit wary about it all, and yeah, my suspicions will be further increased as you'll see in the later news and that, but yes, so I was supposed to finish up one more. Yeah, so, oh fuck. So yeah, this, what's up? A rise of, I guess you could call it new casino sort of. I forget the actual name, it's either Big Boy Bets or Hyper, one of the two, and it's basically a lot of fucking tribe. And the whole thing it says that their kind of stake is that they actually, I mean, this is a legitimate casino, mind you. This isn't like a, well, I say that, but just be wary. I know this is an online casino, like, it's one thing if you're in an actual, you know, full-on casino like Las Vegas, you're on, and, you know, like, nah, you kind of can't put it as a scam and that, because it doesn't work, but online it's very more flexible indeed, and it's far easier to get away with stuff like that, especially with the whole license business and all. But yeah, this whole casino and that, their little spin is that indeed they are, oh yeah, I think this is the big one here, indeed, with oh no, there's, yeah, blue dragons and brutal fucking green dragons or something like that, indeed, but yeah, this whole thing in regards to, what is it, yeah, they're essentially, their little spin is that they can take in old school RuneScape GP and sell them via gambling. This whole idea that, yeah, they'll actually accept old school RuneScape GP at the, I think the black market rate, which is like about roughly 50, you know, cents or pennies and that per, you know, per 1 million old school RuneScape GP. They'll actually agree to take that, and they'll give you money to play about in the casinos and all that, which is very interesting, because then it kind of fucks with Jagex, so this has no real money value, you know, it's like, well, at least not officially, you know, but, you know, that's how they got rid of the whole goodwill kind of stuff and that, you know, because they couldn't be fucked, like, they were doing it as a whole charity thing, but in the guise of, like, a tax relief, and then when it came to the problem of, like, oh, you know, people actually say, you know, like, I think it was around 2013 and 2014, with the whole bonds thing, they started panicking and thinking, well, oh shit, people actually say bonds have real value in that, you know, like, and we don't want that, you know, so we just kind of quietly canned it and that, you know, like, you can still fucking put it in there, just have it be a high score thing, literally, every 1000k, and for 1000 GP gets you 1 point, so the absolute maximum could be some bonkers, like 2.147 trillion GP per person, and you'll still have people, like, really compete to be, like, the richest and that. I guarantee you, if you put in some fancy of that, it is kind of locking content behind, but my god, you have the best gold thing out there, like, in just ages, you know. But yeah, here we are with the fight with Gielinor, and that we don't quite start off from immediately, and now we've got a whole bloody spiel and that to go through, and that, and yes, indeed, oh boy, this moment indeed, yeah. This one, oh boy, a bit of a sad moment to be had, but certainly, well, this is it. Here, Bob is gone, just like with Niev. Right. Also 24 HP, quite strong for a cat, I've got to say, but yes. Now we get to fight the dragons. I think there's 6 in total on that, and no doubt you'll be able to see all of them in fashion on that. Now, I'm not sure what happens here, but yeah, I kind of got hit a fuck ton because, yeah, that fucking spastic is so hard to see his attacks in that. You know, very clever, I've got to say. And that he'll actually contribute his own little bit of damage in that. But holy fuck. Yeah, I'm afraid to say that all my deaths falling here are from that bullshit. You know, like, I actually do the actual fight mechanics, not too bad, but the fucking firebomb just, you know, like, it's kind of subtle, it's like you don't really see it coming, but at the same time you should. Yeah, but it's that kind of thing, but alright, so I reckon I shall finish up here, and the next part, indeed, we shall be fighting even more. Yep, Steel Dragon indeed. See you in a bit, folks.